Welcome to Nobody Knows with Joey Johnson, powered in part by Deep Wax Productions and Classic of Denton.
Radio. What's up?
What is up, Denton Radio?
God, I hate you so much. I just went over how much I hate introductions, and you just give us the WWE ringside announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DentonRadio.com.
Okay, sponsor part. Let's do this. Deep Wax Productions is one of our sponsors, as you all know. Our only sponsor has been. We do this every week for you. And as you know, they promote local arts and other things for kids who dropped out of college to do. Production things to help the community. Look them up, Deep Wax Productions on Facebook. I believe also, is he on Instagram or Twitter? He does
both.
One of them. No, one he doesn't do. I don't know. Look them up on Facebook, Deep Wax Productions. They throw, like I said, all kinds of shows and events out in the area. Shows and events such as this Saturday, if I can find it. I screenshotted it. Mr. Mark Zimmerman of Deep Wax Productions sent it to me.
Will you screenshot that for me?
Right? Is that screenshot? I said screenshot.
I know, but it's a screenshot.
Screenshot? No.
Have you ever heard that?
You say that? No,
that's wrong.
It's past tense, right? It's like shot is now, shoot is then.
What?
You don't ever screen-shoot anything. You're not unless you were taking a picture with your own phone of someone else's screen. Then that's a screen shoot because you're shooting.
I see what he's saying though, because as you're screenshotting something, you're in the process of doing it, so it's not.
All right, back to our sponsor.
Okay, we're coming back to this. Lagerpalooza is happening this Saturday via Deep Wax Productions, as always, over at the Bearded Monk. As the event page says, it says come out for Lagerpalooza, featuring beer from Community Beer Company and others. Pint services will be live screen printing. Kind Beats will be playing some music, the Dolly Rockets, and some other acts. So check them out on Saturday, and then also this Monday, thrown by some of our friends, Kirk Yonkers and Matt Meckelhone with Deep Wax Productions will be doing Monday Night Comedy Movie. I guess they're live. Oh, okay. They're going to be live.
They're making
showing.
a movie?
Are they? Is this making fun of it? I guess
Basically,
Mystery
yeah,
Science.
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know they were doing this. Okay, cool. Yeah, they're going to be showing the Mummy movies, and Kirk, Matt, and I guess some other comedians are going to be sitting, Mystery Sciencing them, making fun of them and stuff like that. So check that out.
Making fun of the Mummy movies?
Yeah, those movies suck.
What? That's
The
Brendan
Mummy?
Fraser. The one time he actually speaks in a movie.
Brendan Fraser
Chris.
sucks, dude.
What? Have you seen him in Encino
Sucks.
Man? He's such a
It's a
caveman.
great movie.
He's a great. Look, the first movie I
In
saw
what
with
movie?
him. The
Encino
first
Man.
movie I saw with him was Encino Man. The second movie I saw with him was George of
Which
the
one's
Jungle.
Encino Man? Why am I blanking right now?
Where he's like a caveman who's trapped in ice, and they have this pool.
Oh,
Pauly
yeah,
Shore,
yeah.
the guy from The Hobbit.
Pauly Shore. That's where.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I
No,
forgot.
no. Yeah, that's why I forgot the movie. And Brendan Fraser. No, he's
Yeah,
terrible.
so here's the thing about Brendan Fraser.
He had
I
that
thought
butt
that
crack haircut, the middle cut, like the one right just parted your head right down the middle, like everyone from the 90s. Every
Everybody had that,
hot
yeah.
dude from the 90s had that.
all the hot guys.
John, whatever.
But I knew
All the dudes from the 90s
thought
I
that
wanted to kiss. had.
because he was George of the Jungle and he was Encino Man, and those are the only roles I thought. I thought he couldn't talk. You know what I mean? And then when I hear him talk, he talks.
Who, Brendan
kinda funny.
Fraser?
Yeah, he has like a weird.
Yeah, he sucks. He's not funny.
He's like, hi,
terrible.
I'm trying to talk. I'm like, what?
He's terrible. The best thing Brendan Fraser did was the remake of
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled because they had
Bedazzled was
Elizabeth
good.
Hurley.
Yeah. She was
Okay. If she had a middle part.
good. Anyways, those are our sponsors.
Or were you gonna? Did you have an intro, Richie? You said you want to go live with an intro.
Can they hear us right now? Should I talk right now?
They can hear you right now.
Oh.
You had a monologue. You said you wanted to read.
All right, so here's the thing. People want an introduction to be brilliant. They want it to be something that's like well thought out.
Some could argue that's the only thing people like about this show.
Right?
It's the thing that we've kind of
but they don't understand they don't understand what it's taken. There's a certain toll. You know what I mean? Like if
it's taking a toll on you.
if you build houses
on the online radio show you do 1 hour of out of a week's been taking a toll.
That 1 hour work is just killing you.
No, you don't
hurting.
understand. So you know they want it to be brilliant. They want it to be resilient. They want it to be
The intro.
resilient. Yeah, they want it to be the best thing.
Oh,
that they've
was
heard.
this supposed to be your monologue? Wow, you're such a good actor. I thought you were just making stuff up.
So
right now. I thought you were just making this up.
in order to keep the intro
okay, here we
at
go.
the beginning,
Totally not making. Just forgot the line.
in order to keep the intro at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, that's where most intros are.
Yeah.
Introduction.
So yeah, that was the introduction. I hope that was sufficient. Was that
There
good?
you go.
All
All right, yeah, it was good.
Got
All right,
There you go.
Good job, man.
An introduction by Richie Flo.
Hell yeah.
By the way, introduction means.
What does Google
wait,
say?
I don't know. Can you define introduction right now?
I mean, don't put me on the spot and make me look into
It
it.
means
No.
introduction
Hey,
and intro.
Defining turtle is hard on the spot.
A
you know what I
turtle is a green sea-like. Is it a mammal? That it's in a shell.
what I'm saying.
It's a green creature in a
it's a
shell.
reptile.
It's a green. It's a lizard in a shell. It's a really slow lizard in a shell. Boom.
It's a lizard with a
An
mobile home.
intro. An intro is the.
It's an animal that's
opening-
always grounded.
The opening idea to a complete thought. No, I don't know.
I don't know.
tried. That was good,
Every
right?
teacher we've ever had is
so
pissed at us
mad.
right now.
Right.
Every teacher I've ever had is mad that I'm
We know what
doing
the ending
comedy
is.
probably anyway.
Oh, yeah.
The intro is the introduction.
Yeah, we already established that much.
Right.
But what's the definition of introduction? Give me your best definition of the word.
An
Let's test how
introduction.
dumb we all are because
An
we all
introduction
know.
lets you know the setting and who the development of the characters to begin with, so you understand where the story begins.
Okay, now tell me that for a radio show and not like you were doing.
Welcome
it
to
for
109.5, where our introductions are just merely beginnings to the end.
Yeah. I think I like these intros better. You know, I think just like going in and talking about whatever, as opposed to be like, "Hey, I'm Joey, and I'm here with Zach. Zach, you do comedy. How is comedy? It's funny. Okay." Like,
By the way, we are here with Zach Arredondo.
right?
Arredondo.
Arredondo?
Arredondo.
Arredondo.
Yeah, not
It's like
Arredondo.
grenade, but
No.
Grenagondo.
Gretagondo.
That's cool. Did they used to call you the grenade?
Not at all. Not at all.
Have you ever even
Zack
thought of
attack,
the word
usually.
Isn't that what
Zack
they-
attack?
Zack attack.
Isn't that what those terribly misogynistic Jersey Shore guys used to call like women they like weren't trying to sleep with grenades? Do you not remember that show?
I didn't
Jersey
get to
Shore?
watch it.
There's a new one right now because Lauren watches like all that like really trash reality TV, which I thought was like a terrible thing until I started watching with her, and it's like hilarious and awful. You know, it's not real. They put these kids in like they like feed them infinite
real.
amounts of booze. It's not real. There's no way. They just feed
No.
these kids like at like 21, 22, and they can't handle their booze. They just pour liquor down their throats and create these. There's someone pulling strings back there like, "Hey, Kevin said you were ugly," you know, and then like it just starts this whole thing. But it's hilarious. They have this new one. It's called Floribama Shore. Which I don't know. Have either of you been to Florida or Alabama?
Never.
No.
Oh, okay. So you haven't been to Floribama, which is a real place, mind you. I've driven from Florida up into Alabama, and there's actually a place called Floribama. And
Sounds
first
awful.
off, to give you like context of what this place is last time the only time I passed through. There was a guy getting out of a pickup truck with 2 prosthetic legs in his walker walking over to his house with like all this Confederate memorabilia. And I was like, oh, yeah, we're in Floribama right now. So just think about that. Think about them taking the Guidos of that area and making a show. And it's called Floribama Show. And it's a real thing right now. And it's terrible.
That sounds awful.
Oh, but it's like great, too, at the same time. I'm talking about it. So obviously I love it because
Yeah,
it's so
but here's the
awful.
thing. It's not actually like here's the thing. Every time there's like a fight at the bar, I don't get involved, but I get right in the front row. Like I don't care what's happening. I don't care if there's like knives.
wanna
And stuff. I
watch.
want to see what happens.
You want to watch it? Isn't it like it's like a terrible like you're
But I'm
aware?
saying-
It's like the car accident you can't look away from though. It's kind of like when they say like there's. I'm not going to call Floribama art. All right, I'll do this like there's comedy for everyone. There's comedy even for ignorant people. There's people that I don't like and think that are terribly unfunny and even say some hateful things on stage that have an audience. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's something for everyone. I think it's kind of the mindset in which you watch it. So like I laugh at really bad comedians when they're on stage, but I'm laughing at different things. You know what I mean? I'm not laughing at what they're intentionally trying
You're laughing
to get
at
me to
like
laugh
his
at.
shoes. You're like, what are those?
Yeah, and that's how I'm watching Floribama. No, not shoes.
That's how I'm watching Alex Floribama.
You just went checking out the shoes.
No,
Where'd you get those
no.
shoes at?
He's like, what are those?
Oh, God.
See, I think I know it's terrible trash television, but I don't think it makes you a terrible trash person if you're watching. It depends the perspective you're watching from. Now, I think terrible trash people do watch that and get wrapped up in those people's lives. They're like, oh my God, what's Dixie Lee?
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
there's
What
people
are
who like,
down
I'm gonna
South
marry,
Bay?
I'm gonna
Dixie
marry.
Lee was the most southern female name I could think of.
There's people that want to
pretty
marry
close.
people that are on that show.
Yeah,
Because those shows birth.
celebrity infatuation is so weird to me, dude. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I've seen a couple celebrities. And I
Were
was
you
just
ever like that? Honestly, like as a kid, who was the person? I'll say it right now. When I was a little kid, I remember, like, I'm talking young. I'm talking, like, maybe first grade, like, when Hanson was first a big thing. I distinctly
Zach.
remember having the thought, like, man, I wish those guys were my older brothers. Hanson's so cool.
Hanson, yeah, I did like Hanson.
I
Insane for
wish-
me.
See,
I
but
used-
now I'm so happy those guys were not my older brothers.
I used to wish that Danny
One
Tanner
hit
was
wonder.
my dad.
I
Who?
would have been fine with that. Yeah.
Who?
I just wish that Danny Tanner was my dad.
Full House.
Which one was?
Bob Saget.
Oh, okay.
Just
That would
so,
have been great.
just so at least he'd be home.
I don't know if I. Oh wow!
Got dark.
Heck yeah!
I was
Jeez.
kidding, Dad. You were
Shout
there
out Daddy
sometimes.
Flo wherever you're at.
Dad, you were there sometimes.
Sometimes.
So who was that for you? I feel like that's definitely a kid thing, but it's
I
weird.
could probably guess who it was for you. I see you as like a Nick Nolte.
No. I did really like John Stamos.
I was about to say
John
that. I could
Stamos.
tell by the hair.
the
dude.
hair.
I thought
You
John
do
S-
have Stamos. Did you used to have the middle part? You used to
I
have the
used to have
perfect
the
hair
middle,
for the
I
middle
used-
part.
I
dude.
used to, yeah. When you said it, I was like, don't tell
You
Joe.
have great hair. You have insanely great hair.
Thanks.
Can you try? Can you show something with it? Do you?
No, I can't.
Alright.
What do you want? The hair flip? I
the
can't.
flip.
I can't
Hit-
do
hit-
that.
hit something
No,
Je- I mean, WWJD. What would Jesse do? You know?
I always think it's so like that's definitely a kid thing. Isn't it so weird to you when like an adult, fully grown person has like celebrity? I mean, that's a real thing though. Like
I mean, I looked up
even
to
Lauren.
Houdini
Lauren's
and he was dead.
obsessed with JoJo. Like
Really?
Lauren, yeah, the singer JoJo.
Really?
My girlfriend Lauren loves JoJo. Insane.
I thought that was just a
like
joke,
a
though.
weird. She does.
I actually-
I hate this show so much.
I love whenever I just hear Jake laughing out of the corner of my ear.
joke. No, she's like obsessed with her, and it's not an. It's like she's not an. It's like she's not
I
a.
don't want to get into it here, but I have a friend.
But I'm about to fully.
I'm
tell
just gonna
you
say this,
everything about.
I have
this
a
person.
friend who is obsessed with Keira Knightley, and
I
like
don't know this.
basically, he was watching
He?
Pirates of the Caribbean, and he told God to
Oh,
show him
so
his
this
wife.
is like a lustful.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
told God to show him his wife. When he opened his eyes, he was watching Pirates of the Caribbean. So who's gonna be on it?
You did tell me about
Keira
this.
Knightley,
Okay.
and so he became obsessed with her, and ended up
like crazy obsessed.
going
right?
crazy. Has what's it called? Like he's not allowed to be around her and stuff.
She has a restraining
Restraining
order.
order?
Yeah.
No way. See, that's crazy. Can you imagine that as a because like have you ever like looked at like have you ever come across one of those Instagram accounts where it'll be like a whole Instagram fan page of a celebrity? It'll be
Yeah.
like
It's not even their actual page.
no,
it's just
yeah,
some fan.
it's
But it
just
has all the
some
new
fan that,
videos
like,
and them even
it
having.
has every single thing. It has more than what the actual artist's Instagram will have. They'll have all the same stuff.
It has
they'll
pictures of them from
repost-
other people's Instagrams.
Yeah,
They'll go and screen,
Yeah.
shoot it.
It's the weirdest thing, dude. Like, I don't. Do you ever? I mean, Richie, you want that? You want to get to that place?
A
Like,
fake account?
You would no, not a fake.
You want to start making
You want a
fake
fake
accounts,
account.
don't
You
you?
want
You're
like a
bored.
fan account of yourself?
No, I mean like you would totally get off on that if people were.
Here's
that
why-
obsessed
here's why
with
I
you,
would.
You would love.
Here's
that.
why I would, and here's what happens is you put your music in the background of all your videos. So when other people put that on their stuff, you can get like royalties and stuff like that off them stealing your videos and stuff. And being
But
like,
I'm not talking about from a money like aspect. I think you would genuinely get like you would love that so much, right?
start
If
a
you
fake
had
Richie
that
account?
insane,
yeah,
of a following.
sure, cool. I mean,
Famous people get away with a lot of stuff.
yeah, he's
Like,
right.
Do they though, or do you?
Well-
you also get caught. Like you're also so under a spotlight. Every little thing you do gets.
Yeah, but what I
Some
meant by that is
people-
like little things, like weird things. Like, okay, if you were to go up to somebody and like wanted to hold their baby, that'd be weird. But who was the woman that played Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot?
Well, yeah, of
She-
course that would be
she-
weird
it's
because I'm not Wonder
But
Woman.
Still, she's still a stranger. Yeah, they only
I'm-
know her from. She could easily be like, I want to kidnap
I'm
your
some
baby.
kid in a Hanes shirt with a grease stain on it
But
and
if you-
knuckle
okay,
tattoos.
if you dressed
Like,
up as Iron
I
Man.
know you, and you won't let me hold your kid. Like,
maybe.
but you would let Wonder Woman definitely.
Yeah, probably.
But
But
it's
that's
Wonder
what I'm
Woman.
saying.
You would let
But
Wonder
wait,
Woman
No, no,
play.
I've seen you with Kirk's kid. You look great with a kid on your shoulders.
Yo, that was super dope. It was St. Patrick's Day, and Kirk let me put Amelia on my shoulders, and everyone...
Everyone was like, we didn't know you were a dad.
This is when I was
You're like,
still
I'm going to have a kid. I'm going to have a kid.
This is when I was still drinking. First off, I'm a dude. No one ever offers me drinks, but once you have a kid, it's the weirdest thing. People just start giving you Jello shots. Like, oh, you have a child to take care of here. You need
you need this more than I do.
Yeah, but then they're just like impairing you to like drive or whatever. Luckily, I'm not that child's father,
Yeah,
so
luckily.
it was tight. And it was during that St. Patrick's Day parade, so everyone was throwing everything at us. They would I was
eggs
using
and
her
stuff?
for the beads, because essentially, they would
want
they
'em.
would come over and hand her the beads. Like they would hand her like 4, and I'd be like, all right, taxing you, and we'd split them 2 and 2. That's how it works.
That's
Got to
exactly.
teach them young, Kirk.
It's the dad tax.
It is. I'm wearing the
The
dad
dad
hat
tax.
right now.
You
No,
are.
I'm
I
not.
see that. I didn't see that.
Right? Isn't this hat great? It
It's
just
great.
says, for the listeners, dad with a period mark.
I love the word dad.
You know what's funny about this hat is it makes I don't know about you, it makes actual dads really upset. I've realized.
Why? Because you're not a dad, or
All the older comics, like I wore it to the comedy club the other day, and 2 of them that were dads were kind of like, I didn't know you were a father. And I was like, I'm not. And I was like, I made a joke. I was like, oh, I just wear this to keep the facade that my life's together and someone else's or something. That's like my stock line for this hat. And as soon as I said that to like Ross Day, he like kind of gave me this, and like walked away.
Are you
And I'm
dad
like,
posing?
oh. I don't know. Yeah, see, is that a
Are you
thing?
a
A
false
dad
dad?
poser? A dozer?
Yeah,
I don't know. Lauren's brother said something like he thought it was weird that I was wearing it. And he's a dad. He was like, "Why are you like?"
I
He
think
didn't
the
get it. And I
period
was
is
like,
weird.
I was like, it's ironic. It's just a dumb.
Like,
hat.
I love the palindrome.
I think the period
of
makes it funnier.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice you were wearing it, and even now that I know that I'm like, all right.
I like wearing it on stage.
But
'cause
you're
I
a
like,
dad. You probably say dad a lot.
Yeah, but he's talking about how people get like
Do you
weirdly
say
upset.
dad more?
But here's the thing. He probably you're.
Do you
onto
say dad
something.
more?
Yeah. What do you mean compared to what?
Just than me? How often do you say the word
Well,
dad?
okay, maybe you're not on something because I don't know what you're talking
How
about.
often do you say the word dad?
I
You're like,
mean,
maybe I'm just something like,
a normal amount?
spell dad.
Wait, maybe we're just onto something. I've never known how to spell dad.
I don't know, just a normal amount, I guess. Anytime
Like-
anybody would say, I don't go around saying dad, 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 dad.
But
Like,
you're
hey,
so,
yeah,
but what I was gonna say is you're so used to the word, maybe just saying it doesn't register.
That's what I'm saying,
on,
too.
Like, because
If you
you're
say
a dad,
dad all
you
the
see me
time,
wearing
it's
a
like, hey,
dad
guys.
hat. You're like, yeah, because your perspective, you're like, I'm a dad. Maybe I know not everyone's a
Yeah,
dad,
of course,
but
yeah.
like
How often do you tell
subconsciously, kind
people?
of, it doesn't register.
That I'm a dad?
Like, he's saying, you say, I'm a dad.
Well, you tell someone you're a dad
Uh,
like once a day on stage.
Yeah, like anytime I want to say, usually if I'm doing jokes about my kid, but I'm trying to go away from. I'm trying to write.
Are you?
different, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I got some stuff that I've been writing. That's
Why though? That's the
You
best part.
Well, because
Not the love and the family and growing
Yeah.
and seeing something blossom into a beautiful thing. It's the terrible things you get to say about it.
Oh, yeah,
That's
of
the
course.
best part about me.
Well, when I first started, that was like all I was writing because that's all I knew. I mean, I was literally working like 60-hour
Right.
weeks and taking care of her and not doing
Yeah.
anything else. But
So that's really the only time you had to even like soak in new material was
basically,
bothering.
yeah. So now that I'm kind of getting a little bit better about writing and looking at things differently, I'm like, okay, I still have all this material that I've been writing
Yeah.
on and off about, being a dad or her or whatever. But I'm also trying to branch out to like more. I mean,
well, what's cool too is you always have that perspective that you can apply to other things.
Oh, yeah,
And that's
definitely.
tight.
Do you
It's
think
very
people are
helpful.
surprised because you?
That's why I hate being a white
you-
dude because I
you
wish I had
could-
a unique perspective that I could always apply to any material.
you could play younger if you were in a movie, right?
It's a
Oh, yeah.
terrible reason not to want to be.
So
white.
I mean, when you're on stage, people are like, "He's not a dad."
Oh
You know
no!
what I mean?
I've had people come up to me. They're like, "You don't have a kid." I actually had.
people don't believe it. They think
Yeah,
you're just
there's
up there.
some people that have come. They're like, "You don't have a kid, do you?"
Comedians are mainly audience members, right? Audience members.
There's been a couple audience. There was another comedian that was like, "You don't have a kid, really?" Like I thought that was just a.
Is that
Yeah.
offensive?
Your character? No, not really. I mean, I get it. I look a lot. I'm like, okay,
Wait. Is it offensive to him or to them?
To him, to hear
No,
someone,
No, of course.
for
I don't
someone
care.
to tell you that you don't have a kid.
No,
No,
not
that's
really.
a good thing. He looks young. I mean, isn't that?
Yeah,
a
no,
thing
I
that-
know that. Like, I just looked in the mirror like this morning. I was like, "Jeez." Like, oh my god,
When-
like really.
You're like,
young.
you have a, did you look at the mirror and just be like,
There's
you
some.
have a kid?
Do you
There's some
look
days.
younger than? Are you younger than? I mean, I guess.
Can we talk
technically-
about it?
Yeah.
When did you?
So
have
he's
her?
29. He has the same thing that Andy Milanakis has.
when I was 20.
When you were 20. Okay, so
Yeah.
you were a young parent. Now, when you go to like PTA stuff, I mean,
Oh, I
you're
still get weird
considerably
looks.
younger
Yeah.
than the parents.
The
right?
most of them. There are some that are like around the same age. I assume. But see, I don't look 29.
Yeah.
See,
So that's the thing.
you're 29?
Yeah, I just turned
Okay,
29 on Sunday.
so I'm
Do you ever get asked
29.
if you're her brother or something?
Oh yeah, all her friends are when she tells them, "Hey, that's my dad," they're like, "No, that's your brother."
So you could probably relate. So whenever
You don't
I was
know what a dad is.
yeah, right.
When I
You're
was-
just bullying your daughter at school. You're dumb. You don't know what dads are.
when I was 25, one of my friends, she was like, "Hey, my daughter wanted me to ask you a question because she has donuts with dad on this day, and her dad isn't around. Would you go with her?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go with her." Like,
Donuts.
so like I talked with her, and she was like 8 or 9 or something like that, or maybe she was like younger, like 7 or 8 or something. I don't know. But I was like, "So what do you want to do?" And she was like, "You just act like you're my dad." And I was like,
Wait, when was
"Okay,
this?
cool." This is like 3, 4, or 5 years ago.
You were doing what? I'm sorry to backpedal. I'm confused now.
One of my friends, she wanted me to take her daughter to Donuts with Dad. She was like,
One
because
of my
her dad
friends
wasn't
wanted
around.
to take, to donuts
Yeah.
with dad.
So
Okay.
so this little girl was like, "Will you take me to Donuts for Dads?" Because she didn't
Did
have
you
a
look
dad.
like this?
Yeah.
This? Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, I was cool.
I mean, Richie hasn't always had the
So I
long
go
hair.
to school. I go to this school, and I'm like, it's just me eating donuts and stuff. And she's like, "Can you show my friends men?" No.
Ever.
It is though. So here's the
Dude.
thing. I was obviously the youngest dad.
This is how kids grow up to be comedians, by the way. Is your
yeah.
dad takes Richie to take you to dad to
Go
cubicle.
to. Does this have cubicles?
Cubbies, yeah, she's got her own little cubby.
The cubby hole was I guess that's the younger cubicle, right?
I loved my
cubicle, right?
I loved my